Today we're going to be doing what I call clavichord fingers. When I'm teaching, I teach my students that there is a difference between a harpsichord, the old keyboard, and a clavichord, which has to do with the mechanism that makes the sound when you push on the keys. They look very much like old-time pianos. When you push on the key of a harpsichord, there's a little hook inside of the back of the harpsichord that pulls the string. It's very much like a finger pulling on a harp. So when you play the key, the mechanism pulls on the string. With a clavichord, it's different. When you play the key on a clavichord, there's a little hammer that comes down and plunks right on the string. That hammer is made out of metal, usually brass. So what I'm going to do is imagine that my fingers now are going to have little brass ends on them. I'm going to be doing some independent fingerings now, so that means just one finger at a time. And I'm going to, as much energy as I can in rest position, plunk my finger down on the lowest string. Violas do C, violins do G, and see if I can get a sound with my first finger. Listen carefully. Okay, so now that's what I call clavichord fingers. We'll do it in a variety of ways. Start with me, hold your instrument in rest position, and let's do 3 times with the first finger on your lowest string, put a rest, and then do 3 times on the next string, next string, next string, and then let's come back. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. Okay, you should have heard some sound. Let's try it with a second finger. Go ahead and just experiment with your second finger now. Don't use your first finger together with the second, just the second by itself. Get a nice big sound on that one. All right, here we go. Let's do 3 of each. Ready, go. And now let's try third finger. Okay, ready, go. You should feel like you're really pounding down. Now let's try 4. You can do it in a low position like this, or you could do it in a high position. I'm going to do it in the low position. Here it goes, and remember, my other fingers will not be down on the string. We're ready, go. Okay, so that's how we can start. Now let's do one more step before we put it up in playing position. Let's do just 2 taps. And don't put a rest in between. So 2 taps, first finger across all the strings and back, then we'll go straight to the second, then to the third, then to the fourth, and this time I'm going to do my high 4th finger. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. 1, 2. And stop. And I want to encourage you about one thing when we do this without a rest. Did you notice that my arm moved? To help the positioning of my hand, my arm helped along by moving, pulling away, and then coming back in when I came back down. Let's try second finger, 2s. We're ready, go. Okay, and 3s, ready, go. And 4s, ready, go. That 4 sometimes miss hits, and maybe your fingers did that too. If they hit a little bit off center from the string, that's okay. You're still strengthening your fingers and working on the quickness of motion to get a very clean sound when you play. So that's the purpose of having strong fingers, is to be able to get a very clean, resonant sound and also have the strength in the muscles of the fingers. Now, let's go ahead up in playing position and let's just try second finger. We'll do the same thing that we did in rest position, 2 taps on each string, and this is also where you're going to see the elbow help out, just like when we were in rest position. So start in pretty far, test. You could go up the scale a little bit, G, A, D, or if you're on the C string, go up to your E, C, D, E, and test that again. All right, let's do 2 of each and let the elbow guide the hand. Ready, go. Okay, good, and you can do that with all of your fingers when you're in playing position as well. The next step is to take a little tune. We'll just try Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for now. I'm going to start it with my third finger on the D string, so in the key of G major, and we're playing a G first, okay? So see if you can hear the song. Of course, when we have an open string in the song, we don't hear any sound. We just rest for a minute and then go on to the next note. How about a Bach minuet? Listen to this first. So there's another little tune that I like to play to exercise my fingers and use clavichord fingers. Let's try a scale now. Let's go on a G scale, and we'll do 2 notes each for each finger. Okay, here we go. And let's try 2 octaves, because that'll get us all the way across on the violin to all 4 strings, and viola, if you can shift up into 3rd position for the upper octave. Here we go. G, G. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I could have gone over and used my 4th finger for the E. And if you're playing viola, you would have been up here playing 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. You would have had a 2nd finger for the E. So that helps strengthen as well. Or you can give yourself a little rest when you come to those open strings. If your hand is starting to get tense or cramped up, just give yourself a little rest during the open string notes and then continue on back down. So let's do that once from the top. I'm going to start here, and violas, you're going to start here in 3rd position. So here we go. Ready? Go. There we have it, and that is clavichord fingers.